Hello everybody and welcome to another Minecraft video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the mod Bibliocraft, which is another one that I'm using in my Lord of the Rings Let's Play. Bibliocraft adds a lot of decorative and functional items into Minecraft, and it's pretty cool. And I'm going to be reviewing all of the recipes for all the blocks and items in the mod. I'm going to be only reviewing the most current recipes, so this is in 1.7.10 with Minecraft Forge. So let's get started. The first cool thing in Bibliocraft is the bookcase. Basically, the reason for the name, biblio meaning book. So, to make a bookcase in Bibliocraft, you need any kind of wood. So you can make it with any of the vanilla woods. Now, you will see in this showcase that I have several mods turned on. I'm using my Lord of the Rings pack, and that is because I want you to see how it can interact with other mods. So here we go. The recipe for a bookcase is 6 wooden planks along the edges here and then 3 slabs in the middle. And I'm going to show you how to use the bookcase. I'm not actually going to do the crafting on most items. I'm just going to show you the recipes here and then you can do the crafting yourself. But here are our 6 bookcases. We have oak, spruce, dark oak, birch, jungle, and acacia. And of course, whichever wood you use in here, this will make an acacia bookcase, but whatever wood you use is what kind of bookcase you'll get. And everything in Bibliocraft is pretty much you interact by either right-clicking or shift right-clicking, or as you could call it, sneak clicking. So to put a book on a shelf, you just get the book in your hand and right-click on the shelf. I have several different bookshelves here. You just aim where you want it, and there it goes. And this book right here, along with one of the ones I already put up, is the big red book, which is actually a book from Lord of the Rings mod, and it works too, see, as you can see here. Now, there are 2 ways to interact with the bookcase once you have books on it, or even before you do. If you just right-click the bookshelf with an open hand, you will get the GUI, the little bookcase interface. And when you do, you can put books in it that way. Like if I wanted to get a bunch of these, here we go. I can even like right click it if I just want to fill it up and decorate it like that. So that's one way to put books in or to take books out. So see, it's all filled up. There we go. Now if I want to take a specific book out without having to go through all that, just hit shift, aim it at the book you want, and right click, and it will go right into your inventory. And it should be the exact one. Now I think this one was the red book. So let's see. Sure. Yep, it was. So it'll be exactly where you want it. The only thing is it doesn't look exactly like it does, like that the red book was green, but I think that's for aesthetic purposes, because most of the books in Minecraft are either brown or pink, and so the bookshelves would look all the same, but this way they look like they have a little variety and that you actually have some different titles up there. Alright, the next part is very cool, the armor stand. Now I know we have an armor stand in Minecraft Vanilla now. This one is a little different, looks a little different, and interacts just a little bit differently, and it's pretty cool. But you can, first of all, let's look at the recipe. It's different from the Minecraft recipe too. You need 3 stone slabs at the bottom and then 2 iron ingots to make the armor stand. Now the cool thing is it's very automated. So if you look at me, you'll remember that I have on iron armor. So if I go up to the armor stand and shift right click on it on a piece on the armor stand, such as the boots, it will automatically swap out the armor you're wearing with the armor on the stand. And now you see there's iron armor there, and I'm wearing the diamond. How cool is that? But otherwise you can right click on the stand and it will open up the GUI and you can switch at will. You can say do that. It will show both at the same time, which is really handy. So there I am, half and half. Alright, let's move on to the next thing, which is the display case, which is kind of cool and a way to display or just to store something you want in Minecraft to make it look pretty. Again, most of these recipes involving wood, you can use any wood from Minecraft, any of the 6 vanilla woods that are available now anyway. So the display case recipe is as follows. You need 7 wood slabs of any type of wood, a piece of wool, and a piece of glass. Now, another thing is you can color the inside of the cases with carpet. So I'm gonna actually take one of these. But I'm going to go on this one, and it just depends on the way you set it down, or where on the block and where you are. Like if I'm on top and I set it down, it'll probably look like this. But if I'm in front of it and click at the back of the block, then it will look like this. So the first thing, to open the case, you need to shift right click. Right on the top of it, usually it'll, come on. Haha. Let's try this again. Okay, let's just try right click. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, there we go, shift right click. It is. Okay, and to right click, you can take it out. See, I had an enchanted book in there. I decided I'm going to put some wool in that case because I love wool. So there we go. See, but to decorate the inside of the case, if you want to change the color of the inside, you just shift right click, or right click on it with some carpet in your hand. There we go. Now I got to put my wool back in there. I didn't actually have to take it out. That was a mistake. But to close the case again, you need to shift right click. And you actually don't do it on the lid. That's the part that's a little confusing, because if you do it on the lid, it just opens up the GUI so you can see inside, or actually, so, or you take out your item again. So I decided I'm going to put the book back. But shift right click on the main part of the case and it will close the lid. So that is the display case. Next up is one of my favorites, which is the potion shelf. Again, you can use any type of wood. Here I'm using a dark spruce, or dark oak rather. I'm getting the two combined there. But you can put any kind of potion, water bottle, empty bottle on these shelves, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of like the bookshelves, just for potions. So to make a potion shelf, you need 2 wooden planks, and then 3 slabs across the top, 3 across the bottom, and an empty glass bottle. So you place potions on it just like you would the books. But I'm going to take a couple. To just right click with an empty hand to open up the potion shelf, and you can interact with the GUI just like with the other things. And you can pick them up and put them in your inventory or whatever you're going to do with them. And then to put them back, you get it in your hand and right click on the shelf where you want it to be, just like with the books. And again, like the books, if you want to pick them up, shift right click or sneak click on, that was a left click. That's what happened. Okay, we're going to leave that. Shift right click the one you want to pick up. With an empty hand would be preferable. Let's put that one up there. There we go. Shift right click. There we go. We picked up the one we wanted. Sometimes I say one thing and do another. Okay, and next up is our tool rack, which is another one I really like. It gives you a place to put your extra weapons or ones you just want to display. And I also put some weapons here from another mod, which was Lord of the Rings. You can see here I have a diamond pickaxe and a copper pickaxe, and along with this other battle axe, which is from Lord of the Rings. Let me show you how to make this. First, you surround an iron ingot with some wooden slabs. Again, any type of wood. Then, it works a lot like the other items in the mod. Let me clear out some space here. And so you right click. You can pick things up just by right clicking. You don't have to shift right click there. And to put them back, you do the same thing. So you get it in your hand and then right click on the tool rack. There you go, and you can put them whatever order you want, and they'll go where you tell them to, basically. If you just right click with an empty hand, or shift right click. Okay, so if what you're trying to do does not work with regular right click, try shift right click, because like I said, pretty much everything in this mod is one or the other. If it has 2 ways it can interact, one is going to be right click, one's going to be shift right click, so it's pretty intuitive once you get the hang of it. So that's a cool place to display your stuff. I really like it. And all these things contribute to making your house or your living area a lot nicer. So the next thing is a wooden shelf. It's just plain old. It's kind of like a bookshelf, only you can put anything on it, not just books. So, and the books are going to turn out a little different looking like this. It's going to look more like the icon in your hotbar than an actual 3D book. So to make a wooden shelf, pretty simple. Slabs on the top, slabs on the bottom, and a plank in the middle in a kind of eye shape. And again, any kind of wood, any kind of vanilla wood anyway. I don't know that these would work with like mod wood or not. Although there are some add-ons for Bibliocraft, you can check that on their website, and I'll leave a link in the description. So I'm going to put some of these things in my inventory and then grab a couple more. Let's see. You can grab a little clock. And, well, that's good enough for now. But this kind of like the putting on and taking off things the same way. If you shift right click with your open hand, it will give you the GUI. And these are 2 shelves put together. So that's why I only see the 4 there. And you can take things out and put them in. And there you go. And I'm going to put my TNT back because I love it so much. But, and you can, yeah, just right click on the item and it will come out into your inventory. And then if you want to put one thing, just right click it on the spot you want it. Pretty cool. Alright, and the next thing up is the label. Again, a better way of labeling things. We have our nice regular vanilla sign. And, you know, it's functional, it works. But over here, look at this. We can tell exactly with a quick glance at our chest what's in there. Obviously food and a sword. So let me show you how to make one of those. And look, I've deleted the recipe. What happened to this? We'll look it up real quick. That's Not Enough Items is one of my favorite mods as a functional mod. So I'm going to right click on that and then hit R and it will show me the recipe. And you basically just need 6 wooden slabs. And there you go. You got your label. Now, of course, again, any of the 6 vanilla woods and you have yourself a label. And I'm going to pick one up and I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to take one of these off. Haha. And so if you right click, you open your chest, of course, so you definitely have to shift right click here. And you have your label. And then get your open hand again and right click on it. Shift right click. Haha. One of the other people. And then you can just put whatever you want to use to label your chest. And technically you're storing things too by doing this. I'm going to actually use wool here to show you one more thing. You're kind of storing things, but you're also using it as an indicator of what's in your chest, or maybe because you just want to decorate. Now this is kind of cool too because the label is actually 3-dimensional. You can see the wool sticking out a little bit. It doesn't work as well with the 2D icons, but with stuff like wool it does, kind of sticking out a little bit, and it's really cute. Alright, the next item up is the desk. I love the desk, but I'm a real bookworm, so there you go. A desk is a way to store your books and also to decorate. So you can use any vanilla wood again. You store books either on the back corners or in the front middle of your desk. So to make the desk, you need wooden planks on the bottom edges, wooden slabs in the middle, and then you got your candle, like your little light, and your feather for like your quill on the other corner. So I'm going to get a couple more books down. I think we already have some on here. But you can just shift right click to pick books up, I believe. Let's try again. Yep. Let me pick these all up with my shift right click. Those ones don't want to seem to come up. Let me approach this a little better. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes it's a matter of just making sure you're on the right part of the desk. That definitely matters in some of these. And to put a book down, you just get it in your hand and either shift click in one of the back corners. And look, that actually, I think it says whole stack of 16 books. Let me see. It was when it left my inventory. So let's pick it back up and see if it is. It is. That's kind of funny. If it's a stack, it only counts as one book. What you can do, though, also is to put one book. Like if I want to have my red book really handy from Lord of the Rings, I can just right-click it here in the center, and it's kind of on display. One thing is that some of these things, like the bookcase and the desk, I don't believe they actually take blank books. Only book and quill or saved books, or some of these books from Bibliocraft, like the empty recipe book. So it will work too. Just a note, though, because you'll notice that you're going to be like, why can't I put my blank books on the shelf? And that's why I have all these enchanted books and different kinds of books from the mod, because that's what works. So keep that in mind. Okay, up next is our handy typesetting table. This is for storing signed books, which might be more useful on a multiplayer server or something with a lot of mods. But I'll just show you what it does really quick. First, well, let's get our book and quill first. We're going to need that for our book. But the first thing to create the typesetting table, you need 2 wooden planks of any kind of wood, some wooden slabs, a redstone piece of redstone, what's called a print press chase, and 2 iron ingots. To make the chase, you need 4 wooden slabs and an iron ingot in this configuration. So I'm going to pick up this chase because I'm going to need it, and I'm also going to grab this button because I'm going to need that in a minute too. The first thing you need to do is you need your book that you want to copy. And I'm just going to name mine La 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 because it's almost Christmas, and so, and then I'm going to assign it and name it La 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 La, and sign and close it. Okay, now I have a signed book and I'm ready to go. So I'm going to come over here to the table and I'm going to put it on the table. It's red. Now in order to save it, I need to shift right click, and now it's blue. Now it's saved. And then to later get a print of it, I need to put one of these chases right here at the top. You have to have it just in the right spot. And I need to give the typesetting table a redstone signal. So I'm going to shift right click this button onto the typesetting table, and la la, it gives me a plate. Now this plate, you can use it to select a book and later print it. So I am going to, you can shift right click the table, I think, to get, let's get an open hand. Yeek. I just made a mistake, but I know what to do. I'm going to steal this chase. I'm going to get my signed book again. I'm going to put the book here. I'm going to put the chase here. Now the first thing I need to do is shift right click the table. Then I'm going to select which book I want. That's what you need to do before you can make the book public or private, available only to you or available to everyone. Select the one we want. We want the La 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 La. Okay, now we've selected which book we want. We give it the redstone signal. We get the plate. Now here's our plate, and it says Zanderwich La 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 La. We'll use that in a minute. There's more kind of complicated things about the typesetting table, and I will leave the link to the Bibliocraft site, which is really awesome and amazing. Has good descriptions of everything. I will leave that in the description for you to explore further. Next up is the printing press that you can use to print the books that you copied onto plates. The first thing you need is to make the printing press. You need 2 iron ingots, a blaze rod, and a trip to the nether perhaps, a weighted pressure plate, a couple of slabs, and 3 iron blocks. This is a little buggy, but maybe I'm just not doing it in the right order, but let's see. The first thing you need to do is add ink to the top of the printing press, which is up here. So if you have some ink sacs in your hand, you can right click. See if I can get this to work. There you go. When they disappear out of your hand, you'll know you got them in the right spot. The next thing you need to do is lay some blank books here on the table. And the last thing you need to do is add your plate. Now this one is the Zanderwich La 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 that we just created. And we put it in the machine. And there we go. Did it work? Wait, I saw something. Let's try again. Okay. Now, if the machine has ink on it, which I must have taken out the ink. Okay, let's get our plate back. Let's put our ink on. Try to get it in the right spot this time. Hello. Hello. It's a little buggy about where you put everything, so I'm trying to make sure I got it in the right spot. It seems to think I'm clicking behind it, so. But you need the ink, the pressure plate, or not the pressure plate, the press plate, and the books, the blank books. Now I'm going to pick the books up. Maybe if they're out of the way, this will work a little better. That is not what I meant to do. But fortunately, we're in creative mode. And just get one back up. Okay, we got a nice blank one. Let's put our ink on. There we go. Okay, got the ink on. Let's get our books. Okay, now let's add our pressure plate down right in the middle of it. There we go. Look, it's working. Yay! It is a little sensitive, so you got to be careful that way. So you wait, and it will create our book, and you'll have a copy. Yay! So if you want a copy for your friends, there you go. All right. That was a little tricky, but it worked. Okay, next up is our tables. These tables are so cool. They are so much better than regular Minecraft, or Minecraft doesn't really have tables. You have blocks, and you have fence posts with slabs on top of them or with pressure plates on top of them, but not a true and proper table. So to make a table, you need 2 slabs or you need 3 slabs and 2 planks. Now, the reason I have this carpet is because we can do fun things with carpet and plates, or tables rather. So I'm going to put these down in my inventory. I just picked some randomly. Now, these tables are really cool because if you put them together, if you put them next to each other just like chests, you can make an infinite sized table. You can have a single table, you can have a double table, or you can have, like this is 8 little tables all put together. So I'll just show you real quick. If we pull some up in creative mode, we can see all the different kinds first. Now these are the Bibliocraft tables. These are from Mr. Grayfish's furniture mod. Like I said, I'm in the mod pack for Lord of the Rings. So if we pick a birch one, if we put 1 down, we get 1, 2, and look, you can even make an L-shaped table if you want to. So I think that is very cool. Okay, so the 2 things you can do with carpet are make a tablecloth, and it only goes in the square you click on. So even if you want to make a double tablecloth, half yellow, half white, you can. So, and the last thing you can do, which, oh, I wish you could do this in so many Minecraft things, is to put carpet under the table simply by clicking at the bottom of the table. Which I think is so cool, because in regular Minecraft you put down carpet, you can't put a chest on top of it or anything. So anyway, I think that is very cool, and you can remove the tablecloth, but you need I think it's called a screwdriver, and we will get to that later. So the next thing is the lantern, which is pretty cool. To make the lantern, you can use gold or iron. Here's the 2 different recipes. The ingots can be up and down or to the sides, so I show you both here. You need some glowstone dust, a torch, and some glass. So you can make gold or iron, like I said. You can also dye the candle inside the iron. You can dye the candle inside the lantern. So, and simply by getting some of the dye in your hand, I'm going to pick a different color since I've already got, well, actually that's magenta. This one is purple. You can just right click it. Now I found out I was trying to use white to do it, and it was a little buggy. It didn't want to go white. Let's try it again. Get some white dye here. Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to like re-dye here, but I did find out that if I went into survival and used a pickaxe to recover the lantern and then put it in the crafting table like this, like let's get our lantern, there's one right there, and put it in the crafting table like this, I got the white one back. So that is the way to do it if you want to change it back to white and you're in survival mode. So as you can see, there's 3 ways. If you put a lantern down, depending on where you put it, it will look different. So this is the standard floor model, you might call it. If you put it on a table or on the floor, that's pretty much what it looks like. This is the wall model. If you click on the wall and put up your lantern, it will hang like this with a pretty little mount, I guess is you want to call it. And if you put it on the ceiling, it has a 3rd one. So I think that's pretty cool. And all from the same recipe. Okay, the next thing is the lamp. And the lamp is similar to the lantern. It has a bit different of a recipe. To make a gold one, you need 2 gold nuggets, 2 gold ingots, glowstone, and glass. To make the iron one, you need 4 iron ingots, again, glowstone, and glass. And again, you can use dye to dye these. And they have 3 different mounts as well. On a floor or a table, it looks like this. You can right-click it with some dye to change the color of the lampshade. If you put it on the wall, it's mounted really nicely. And there it is. And if you have it on the ceiling, it's even different. Now, I don't think these turn on or off per se. I'm trying to, let me put, or if they're just always on. I didn't even think about that when I was setting this up. Yeah, they're kind of, they look like they're on, but let's try it. Let's put a button on there and see what happens. Like, do they need a redstone signal or not? Yeah, I don't see anything happening. It's hard to tell. That, I guess, is a good question. It seems like an open hand. You ought to be able to turn them on and off. But let me check that real quick and see what I can find.
You know, it seems like it's giving off a little light, but it's hard to tell because I've got everything else lit up around here. So I'm just going to walk over here where it's a little darker and we'll see. Yep, sure, it does. Okay, that made it a little clearer because from over here it's hard to tell because I have the lanterns and everything and they're letting out light. Okay, now our next item is the cookie jar, which is really cool just for its decorative purposes, but it's also a little bit sneaky. So let's check out the recipe and then let's check out what this thing can do. It does it can emit a little light when it's opened if you set it up with a redstone signal, I believe. You can check out more on the website for details on that, but you can kind of catch anybody that gets in the cookie jar. So, what you need to make the cookie jar is 4 glass planes, some redstone dust, a cookie, and an iron ingot. And I have a few things here just to show you. I'm going to go ahead and make the cookie jar too, just to get ourselves a second cookie jar. Get our redstone right here, our iron on the top, and our cookie, and that gives us a cookie jar. And you just right click on it to set it down, and then to get into it, right click on it with an open hand, and you can put cookies in it, sure, but guess what? You can put anything in it, but they look like cookies. So if you want to hide something from your friends on the server, there you go. It's a great way to hide things. I'm going to get us back to some daylight while we look around here now that we're done with the lamps. Okay, the next item up is the disc rack, which like it says is just like bookcases but for discs. To make one of these you need 3 sticks and 3 wooden slabs. To put a disc in it, you just right click with the disc. As you can see, they can be placed in many different kind of orientations just depending on where you place it and how you're standing when you place it, just like stairs in regular Minecraft. You can just right click with an open hand to open the whole GUI for the disc rack. You can take stuff in or out, or just to pick one, just like with the bookshelves, you can shift, click, and point at the one you want. See if I gotta be better at pointing. There we go. And then you have your disc, and you can stick it here in the music player. And now we're playing. Yay! Sounds kind of spooky. Let's try this one. That's better. Okay. Next, we're on to dinner plates. And actually, I think I want to turn the music down just a tad. Okay. That didn't help much. Okay. We're on to dinner plates, which are really cool. Look at that. You got a whole, an apple, a steak, and a potato right on a plate together. And you can also eat right off of them. To make a dinner plate, you need 3 quarts of slabs. And the food we're going to take to show you how you put it on. And I also want to show you a little bug. That music's going to drive me nuts. But there we go. It's still there. Okay. So, to get a dinner plate, it's like everything else. It's shift or either right click or shift click. I'm going to shift click there. And I'll open the GUI and you can put different things on here. Let's see, can you put stacks? Yes, you can. So you could have like the never-ending dinner plate here. Now, if you are hungry, you can right-click on the plate 1, 2, 3, 4 times to eat. The first 3 are for chewing, and the last one is for actually eating. Now, the only problem I've found here, I will try again, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't work, is things that don't interact well on tables, because the tables are interactive, because you can put carpet on them and under them, and you could put a table or a plate on top of a table, but actually putting the food on the plate seemed a little tricky. I'll try again though. Shift right-click. Nope, you see the table with the plates on it. So to actually put food on a plate, you may have to put it on something else. Up next is our seats, our little chairs. They're so awesome. They're called seats. You can make them with any variety of wood, and the bottoms will be different. You need an oak slab and some wool. And you can change the colors of the seats by right-clicking them with the color carpet you want. But see, once you've colored it, it doesn't want to color again. Although, like I said before, you can kind of take it out. To sit on this, it's just like getting on a horse. Right click on it and you're sitting. Check it out. You're actually sitting in Minecraft. It's amazing. So, and to get off of it, it's just like a horse. You shift click and there you go. So, but I did find out, like just like the other I mentioned before, if you break it down, say with an axe, in my experience, what happened was I broke it down and I got the carpet back and the seat. So the seat was white again and I could recolor it. Just like with the tables, you can put carpet under it, which is really cool. So you see I have a little bit yellow carpet with my seat on top. You can also make seat backs for your chairs. And once they're together, you can color the whole thing. I think you can't do one at a time, but I'm not 100% sure. But this one I colored purple with my purple carpet. These are the different configurations for the seat backs, and I will show you the different ones. Okay, here are our seats, our different kind of seats. This first recipe with wool and a birch slab is for this type of seat back. I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple here just to show you. Then this configuration gives you this oak seat back here. That's and when you add that oak seat back to a slab, I think there's a third one which gives you this kind with a little decoration at the top. They're all called seat backs. They don't really have any particular name. Let's see. Oh, there. See, there's different recipes. That one has 2 sticks. I was wrong. The first one I showed you was this. This recipe goes with these. So if you right click and hit R in not enough items, it gives you the recipe. And this third one gives you the kind of arms here. So I grab some of those. I'm gonna make us another seat here. So I put that down. Then I get the seat back in my hand and right click and check it out. And then if you want, you can spruce it up a little bit. Maybe I want this one to be more subtle. Hit it with some shift click it with some brown carpet. Nope, just click it there, and and you can sit in it just like the other one. No, look it. Why are you sitting that way? There we go. That's a little better. There we go. That looks more normal. Okay, and to get off, just shift. Left shift like a horse, you know. Okay, now we have map frames, which are just like wooden slabs that you use to hang them on the wall, and then you can hang a map on it. So I'm going to go ahead and make that for you, show you how that works. Look, I decorated my crafting table. There we go. And you get there's an oak map frame. They can be any kind of wood, just like I've shown you here, and you can hit them on the wall. And then when you get a map, I'll get map out. It can be a map that's already done or an empty map, I think. You just right click on that and see it shows up. That's the only map I did, which was really small and around here. I can click them all. And, just however you want to decorate. So that's the map frame. I keep hitting escape when I'm trying to get out of these maps, but I really need to just hit the other number in my inventory. The next thing is the fancy workbench, which you can use to create and store recipe books. And recipe books are pretty much just what they sound like. For example, here's one I made earlier for this fancy workbench. If I open it up, it says Acacia Fancy Workbench, which is what the recipe is for. And you could also add a description, sign and save it like you would any signed book. And then if you right click here, well, what you do to make the book is you put an empty book here, and then you put the ingredients here for your recipe. So let's try something simple like a crafting table. So you need wooden planks, of course, for a crafting table. Just plain old oak, because it's just vanilla Minecraft. You put it there, and then you click this arrow, and you get a recipe book. So, and you can open that recipe book up and edit it like we showed before. There you go. You can add a description here. Plain old wooden crafting table. And anything else you want. It seems like this would be good for like other things in a mod, or just something that you use a lot or you want to share with somebody. You can sign it. Yep. Can't edit anymore. And then you can right click to add it to the bottom of this fancy workbench. It has a little storage space there. I'm going to get it back to daytime. Next thing we got is a fancy sign. Very simple. You need a regular sign, a label, and a piece of paper to make it. And the cool thing is about this, you can change the colors and you can even add items to make your fancy sign. So if I right click this one, actually shift right click, you get into the GUI and you could add up to 2 items. I noticed that not all items work. Like say, for example, oh, that one did. Okay, but I put something else in here and it didn't work. But when you want to edit the particular thing, you click the box here. Then you can make it bigger or smaller. You can move it from side to side with the arrows. Because I'm not sure. Oh, you can rotate it with that. So, like say we want to move over here. We want to put it down some more. Okay, that's good. Now let's click on this one. I want to rotate it. Can we rotate here? Apparently this one only has 2 views. Okay, now the middle would be text. And you could say fancy wooden sign or something. Whatever you wanted to. You could just do it black like you normally would in regular, or you can format it. And the way to format it is you click this little button, then you use one of these codes over here. And it's getting hard to see because of all the not enough item stuff I have up, but let's see. Let's try again. Shift right click. Okay. But it's like, for example, it says 5 is dark purple. I'm sorry about the blockage. There we go. Maybe that's a little better. Or D is light purple. So if I put a D right after this guy, it'll turn light purple, and we have a light purple, that looks pink, sign. And you can also make the text bigger and smaller right here. So that's pretty cool. And it has 3 different ways to hang. This is the floor. You know, it has these little, has a little stand there. The wall. And it can hang from the ceiling too, which is kind of cool, like a little shop or something. Okay, next up are the sword pedestals. And the sword pedestals are the reason I got Bibliocraft to begin with. Because I am making an inn in my Lord of the Rings next Let's Play. And I'm kind of displaying some of the different Lord of the Rings swords and things. And this is like, oh, look at these. These are so cool. And there weren't any. There is an armor stand in Lord of the Rings, but not a sword pedestal. So the recipe is pretty simple. You use 3 stone slabs, and this can be any color wool here. Although the sword pedestals can also be dyed with regular dye, I think, after you use them. Or if they can't, I'm trying to remember, you can just make them with the colored wool that you want. So I'm going to clear my inventory, which is going to clear everything, including my armor. But just so I can go ahead and take some of these swords and show you. Now again, I have some Lord of the Rings stuff here just to show you that it works with any sword. Minecraft sword, like the iron sword, or even a Lord of the Rings sword, like this one, the copper sword. So isn't that cool? And depending on the wool color you have, which would be your color there at the bottom. So that is really cool. A way to save and show off your stuff. Okay, and this is just fun. I don't know why they wanted to put it here, but it's fun anyway. It's a bell, a little dinging bell. So you need to make it, you need a button, 3 iron ingots, and some redstone. There's 2 ways to ring it. First, you can just right click the top of it. Come service. Where is everybody? Service. If that doesn't work, try a redstone signal. You can make it like a doorbell. Hello. So you just add the button for a redstone signal. You can do something fancy with redstone dust if you want to, but that is the desk bell. The next thing, which is pretty cool, is a clock, and it's not the little simple clock like Minecraft has, but one that you can actually put up and use to decorate in your house. You can use all 6 woods, as you can see, and to do that, to make a clock, you need 6 wooden slabs on the outside, a Minecraft clock on the inside, a stick, and a gold ingot. So, depending on what kind of wood you get is what kind of clock you will get. You can right click these clocks, actually shift right click, and you can actually get chimes or the ticking. You can turn it on, turn it off. You can set how often you want it to chime, and you can also add a redstone signal to it. See, there we go. We got chiming going on. How cool is that? But I'm going to go ahead and turn off the chimes so we don't hear it the whole time. You can also put two clocks together using the screwdriver, which I'll show you later how to do that, to get a full-size grandfather clock. So you got mini ones and big ones. All right, so let's go over here. We've got so much more to do. No, we're getting there. The typewriter is really cool, I have to say. I'm going to need some paper, but let's see. I got some paper right here. Great. To make a typewriter, use any color of stained clay, and that will determine the color of your typewriter. You need 2 iron blocks, an ink sac, some paper, and 2 iron ingots. Now you can take your typewriter once it's formed. I got some pretty ones here. I got a blue one and a purple one. And you can set it on a block or a table or whatever you want. I'm not sure if the tables will work. You'll have to give that a shot. You right click on it with at least 8 pieces of paper in your hand. And you can type a story. See, I already have some paper in there, so I'm going to right click my typewriter. And I'm gonna write a book. See, I'm a very fast novelist, so you'll have to. These are kind of random books that they've created. So you right click on it, and it actually has a book in it. Buried in the mountains lies an enormous house named A-Trap. A-Trap is known as the camp on the mound. To those nearby, A-Trap has colorful restaurants. Not the best books, but they're books anyway. I haven't read through all of it. But so you get a book, and it has a title and everything. World Journey by Xanderwich. Because I typed it. Oh, how wonderful. Okay, the next really funny thing, and kind of cool, is that you can get the mobs in Minecraft to type books for you. First of all, you got to get them to sit still. There's 2 ways to do that. You can build a fence around them, or they like seats. This sheep has been on that seat since I put it there. And yes, sheeps can write books. Sheep can write books. Okay, so you want to right-click on it again with at least 8 pieces of paper in your stash, and they will start writing. Go ahead, Mr. King. I can't wait to see what you write. You will find that villagers are apparently more coherent than other mobs, and it just depends on what kind of mob it is. Okay, you ready? You ready, Wooly? There you go. And if you wait, you will see that they're typing away at their novels, and they don't even have to look at it. It's great. They can look at you while they're typing their novel. I mean, you can tell they're really concentrating. Are you done yet? Are you done yet? I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what your next book is, Mr. King. I can't wait. I can't wait. Come on, are you done yet? How are you doing, Wooly? Can I get you a drink of water? Wow, look, he's typing. Well, what are you typing with? Oh my goodness. Okay. So I think this is probably the funniest part, or the most fun part of this mod, although the mod in general is really cool. Oh, look, he's almost done. You're almost done. A 1-page novel. What? That little ding means it's done. And in a minute, and then once you hear the ding, I'm trying to remember if oh, yeah, Wooly is still typing, but you can right click and then get your book. Tower of Touch by S. King. Oh, a first edition. Buried in the mountains lies an enormous camp named Cancord. Cancord is known as the village on the valley to those nearby. Cancord has colorful restaurants. Wait, I thought I read something about restaurants. You weren't copying me, Mr. King, were you? That wouldn't be very nice. Are you done yet, Wooly? I just can't wait to see what you've written. I'm waiting for the ding. Da, 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 da. Come on, Wooly, finish. I can't wait to see what Wooly's written. Oh, are you done? Okay, let's see what Wooly has written. Pedal past. Okay, here we go. Let's open it up. Ma into the ba lies a boss city named as Maso. Maso is known as the Mama. Oh my goodness, I think I see where this is going. All right, so the typewriters are a lot of fun. They're a nice decoration and just fun. So the next item is the painting press, which you can kind of pick your own paintings, and it's a multi-step process. To make the press, you need 3 iron blocks, 5 iron ingots, and a painting. Then to make painting canvases, you need 4 string, some wool, and 4 sticks. I'm going to grab some of these painting canvases to show you how they work. You put one by right-clicking in the painting press, then right-click with an open hand, and you will get a variety of paintings to choose from. These are paintings added to Bibliocraft. They're customized paintings for Bibliocraft. They're vanilla, the standard vanilla paintings, and custom ones, but you'd have to add those in yourself or from a resource pack. So I'm going to pick this one, and I can click on it. You'll see the little check mark, and you hit transfer, and then you can pick it up. If I want to make a couple more like that, I can. And there we go. One more. All right. So we have our paintings, and over here we have painting frames that we can put our paintings in. So there are several different varieties. You can see the recipes here, and they're also on the bibliocraft.com website. It is www.bibliocraftmod.com. But so you have just the borderless frame, and then you can use the borderless frame to make frames with quadruple tiers, around the edges, single tier, double tier. I think I have some of the wrong ones sitting here. I think this is the single tier. But you can put them on the wall together. You can use a screwdriver to put them together, or they can be separate like this. But I'm going to take this one painting I have out of here. Shift right click. Yes, no, I just knocked it right off the wall. How exciting for me. But you can right click the paintings into their frames and make all kinds of neat designs. So that is the painting and painting frames. Next we have we're going to start working on tools. Less block kind of things and more tools that you can use in the mod. The first thing is the tape measure, which does what it says. It measures things, but it also can be used to rotate things. The first thing you need to do is make a tape measure reel with some dandelion yellow and some string, and then you use that reel and some iron ingots to make the tape measure. So the first thing you can do is when you right click on it down here, it doesn't want to sit on top of the snow, obviously. It'll show, you go like, okay, we'll start there, and we'll go out here and we'll click again, and it says that measurement was north to south and 13 meters. So you can measure things with it, but you can also rotate things with it like something on a table. And what you do to do that is just use your tape measure and right click on the edges of the table, and you can see it turn around, so you can get it exactly like you want it. I think a screwdriver will do the same thing. So let's go to the next. The next thing is the reading glasses, which are really cool. The reading glasses, you need 2 glass panes, an iron ingot, some ink sacks, and that will make your reading glasses. You can take your reading glasses further and put them in the crafting table with some gray dye and make tinted reading glasses like this. I got to get them in the right order. Is it like this? Yes, that's it. Okay. And you can put them on your head just like a helmet. So I'm going to put them on. And what that does is it gives you a special view into a lot of Bibliocraft things. If it has a pop-up information, it will show up. So I'm going to go back down here a little bit to something that I know has this little pop-up. I know the printing press does, and let's get some daylight here. Okay, so now when I look at things, I may see there in white, Xander Witch, la 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 la. It says ink, so you're on the, see, this is why I couldn't get it. It's actually the bottom block, but it says there's where you put your ink. It has 30 ink. Let's see if there's anything here. I was Xander Witch, la 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 la. Okay, and so depending on where you are, it will kind of tell you, like, oh, here's the red book. That's what's here. And on your bookshelves too, and your item shelves, it'll show you exactly what's there. You can see 64 block of redstone, red book, 64 apples, 64 zombie heads, apple crumble, 64 TNT. So that's kind of cool. Those what the glasses are for, and they're kind of awesome looking. I mean, really look, I gotta wear shades, right? So, okay, we're almost to the end of our stuff, but let's look at the last few things. There's so many cool things in Bibliocraft. Like I said, it is mostly for decoration, and to make things a little more useful, maybe a little less cluttered. So it's kind of cool. Okay, and the monocle does the same thing as the reading glasses. Here's the recipe for it. And instead of reading glass, you get a monocle, but it does the same thing. It gives you that little pop-up menu. And this is what it looks like. Hello, I am Colonel Clink. Anyway, you have to be kind of older to get that one. Or your parents have to really like Hogan's Heroes. So, all right, let's take. I kind of like the shades better, so I'm gonna put them back on. Okay, the next item is the redstone book, which is kind of cool because it's a book. It's a redstone signal in disguise as a book. So to craft it, you need a book and a redstone torch, and you get the book says Redstone Volume 1. And depending on where you put it, it emits a redstone signal. Depending on where on the bookshelf you put it, if you put it down at the bottom, it gives out the strongest one, and you see it follows the redstone dust and lights up the lamp. So if I take it off, let me try to put it somewhere else on the shelf and see if it works. Put it up here. See, it's not quite as bright there. It gives out a stronger signal, the closer you get there. So see there, it's not even close enough anymore. It doesn't give out quite enough to get there. But if I put it here, it does. So that's the redstone book. There's a lot of little things disguised here, like the cookie jar. The next thing is pretty interesting. It's a clipboard. You need 3 pieces of paper, an ink sac, a feather, and a pressure plate to make it, and you get a clipboard, which is a handy-dandy checklist for anything you could possibly want. You can type your title there and all your stuff, like if I want to make my to-do list there, and then I put first, eat dinner, right? And of course, this might be first, but play Minecraft. And then when you're done, if you have a list of items, not necessarily in Minecraft, but things, or not necessarily in real life, but in Minecraft that you want to do, then this is a good place to store them, and you can keep it in your inventory or whatever. And you can check it off as you get it done. So that's kind of cool. And it kind of goes on, so you could really type a lot of stuff in there. Okay, so let's put some stuff up here. And you can store it in the middle of your desk. So that's kind of cool. So I have one right here. My to-do list, finish mod review. That would be good. This is a kind of lengthy mod review because of all the cool stuff. Okay, I talked about the screwdriver earlier. What I was actually talking about was the screw gun. I got the name a little bit off. But the screw gun you make with orange stained clay. It is specific. A stone button there, an iron ingot, and a redstone block. Now this other thing called a hand drill does the same thing as the screw gun, in which I will show you the things it can do right here. I even made a checklist with my handy dandy clipboard. You can remove tablecloths. You can make tall grandfather clocks. You can rotate items on tables. You can rotate all Bibliocraft blocks except the cookie jar. You can change the styles of the blocks, and you can rotate some vanilla blocks even. So I'm going to get my little screw gun in my hand and see what happens when I right click. It removes that tablecloth. I'm going to put it back because I like it. So and if I right click on the edges here, you'll hear it making that handy dandy little sound and moving it around. So okay, the next thing it can rotate some vanilla blocks. So if I right click on, I think you got to shift right click on those. Yes, I can rotate that piston until I have it where I want it. Now to combine 2 blocks, this also works on bookshelves, and I think painting frames or map frames as well, maybe painting frames. You right click one, or shift right click one, and then shift right click the second one, and there you go. Hey, isn't that cool? So the hand drill works in the same way. So let's see. It just has different sound effects and looks a little different. Okay, next up is the lock and key, and this is actually not available in survival mode. Right now the recipe is disabled. It does have one, which is this. You can enable it in the config file. I'm not going to really go into that, but you can use it. You can hold it and right click in survival mode to lock or unlock blocks that you don't want anybody else messing with. So I'm not really going to go into big detail on that, but it is there. Okay, next we get into all this mapping stuff. So the drafting compass, which you make with iron ingots and sticks, you can use to add waypoints. We're going to go over to our little maps that we put up, and I'll show you because it's really easy. You get your map out, and then you just pick a spot on it, and you right click, and you can change the color, and you can name it. So we can say home or something. and accept it, and you see now you have a waypoint, and when you hover over it, it says home. Waypoint 1. They look like, if you get to kind of the side, they're actually like 3D thumbtacks, so it's pretty cool. Let's get back over there and look at the other compass that is in this one, which is a waypoint compass. And you need 4 gold blocks and a regular Minecraft compass to make one of these. And this is just like a regular Minecraft compass, only you tell it where you want it to point to. So you can either find one of these waypoints you made with your drafting compass and right click, shift right click. Everything is right click or shift right click in this mod, and do it there, or you can go where you are, wherever you're standing, shift right click and type in mod showcase, current location, and accept. So now if I go away from it, it's always going to point back to that spot. So that's pretty cool, because they always have it set to spawn, but sometimes you go way far away from spawn and you make your house somewhere else, and that is a lot more handy to have it point somewhere you want. Okay, the next thing is the big books. They are bigger than regular Minecraft books, as you might be able to tell, because it's called a big writing book. You need paper and a book and quill to make it. Let's take a look at it. You can also do editing and formatting. So if you take it and right click on it, you see you can select bold, italic, underline, strikeout. I don't know what that is. Going crazy there. Colors. You have chapter tabs. It's just all kinds of, you can make the text bigger or smaller. And then just like a book and quill, you can save it when you're done. So that is pretty cool. I'm going to put that back in there. Okay. A slotted book is kind of like a secret. It's like a little spy thing. So what you do is you put a book and quill together with an item frame and you get a slotted book. But the cool thing about a slotted book is it's not really a book at all. So you can open it up and save your sword in it. So now when you open it up, you have your special thing. So if you have really something valuable, you can save it in a slotted book. And you can take a slotted book and put it on a bookshelf. So let's show you. We'll save it and we'll go over here. I don't know if it will fit in the bottom of the fancy crafting table or not, but we'll see. There's our bookshelves. We're coming out. Bookshelves. Yay. Hee hee. And nobody will know that you're hiding your sword there. So that's pretty cool. We have just a couple things left, and then we have a little surprise for you, just for fun. Just to show you how Bibliocraft can be used. So, just did our slotted book. Look, we only have 2 more little things left. The atlas. This is like the compilation of everything, the different compasses and everything, and what you can do. To make it, you need some paper, an empty map, a slotted book, which we just covered, and a drafting compass. So you take it up, open it up, and it's drawing my map because I already put some paper in this one. But you can fill these slots with paper and these with compasses and stuff, and they'll be able to, it sort of compiles everything that you've done, including putting your empty maps, or not your empty maps, but the ones you've already done together. There's 2 interfaces here. This one shows the maps. This one shows your little inventory. You can change the zoom level and centering. There's more information here on the website about it. It's a little complicated, so I didn't want to go into too much detail here. But you can also use these little pins to make waypoints right on here. So just like that, see? And you can also use this to interact with your map frames, to add or to get the information from the map frames onto this atlas, I believe, and things like that. So, and finally, you can get your eternal compass, which the recipe calls for taking the atlas. Now this should be the atlas you already wrote in, so I would want to use this one that I already have my maps and everything in. And it sort of enchants it up a level. See, it just looks like an enchanted atlas. You need 4 ender pearls, 2 waypoint compasses, 2 enchanted books, and the atlas you are using. So you want to get it up to date and then make this. And what the cool thing is that it does is when you die, it will lead you back to your point of death. So this is just a blank one since I didn't actually craft it. Sorry. I don't know why I always want to hit that. But anyway, so that's the Eternal Compass. Again, on the Alice and the Eternal Compass, there is more on the website if you want to get more detail on that. So I will be right back with a little surprise to wrap up this mod review. See you in a few. Okay, and on for our little surprise is that while I was setting up the mod review, my daughters got on and they built 2 little houses and decorated them with items from Bibliocraft because I really wanted to show you how. And there's Gilly. And
Hi.
we're going to go to Gilly. Actually, we're going to go to Jog's house first. And so look at this. Isn't this nice? I mean, it looks like so much more like a house than one decorated with just regular Minecraft stuff. There's a table with some food
There's
on it.
cookies with pork chops in it.
Haha! There's a cookie jar with pork chops hidden in it. She's got a display frame over here. See, I'm so rude. I'm standing on the table. And so there's nothing in there though. So
there's pictures, new pictures.
yeah, there's some Bibliocraft paintings on here. She's got a potion rack up here, a bookshelf, a sword pedestal. Oh, she's got one of these fancy workbenches, a typewriter. We could write a book while we're here.
And she has the redstone book right here.
See, I did not know that you could mount the grandfather clock on the wall. That is so cool.
What?
You can mount the clocks on the wall. Look, she put it on the wall.
Cool. Ooh, can I show them how to make a book?
Well, I did, but if you want to type one, you can go right ahead. So she's got a desk and just a little single table with tablecloth and carpet under it. I just think it looks so much nicer and homier. So, are you going to type a book, or we want to go over to your house, Gilly?
I'm typing. I was getting my paper. Okay.
Yeah. You're actually sitting on the seat. This is so cool.
I know.
Screenshot.
Put 8 or more pieces of paper in your thingamajig.
You look
and
like.
Then point at the keyboard. It has to be the keyboard, or else it doesn't work. And it starts typing. And it's a random book. Wait, what did I get? Jack, you stole my book. Give me my book back.
You look like twin Steves.
All
right, let's head over to your house.
Hey, give me
Gilly.
that book. I just wrote Shadow Concern.
I'm gonna head over and check out your house.
To click the doorbell. When I get inside, you have to do the doorbell.
Okay.
Both
So she's even got a doorbell set up here, so I can be really annoying. Answer the door. Answer the door.
Come on!
Oh, sorry. And I like the way you used your labels there. You got a seat and then even a little mini grandfather clock on there.
What can I type on this thing?
So, oh, and this is cool too. Look at this. Look at this huge table. How many people could you feed at this table?
1, 2.
Got all these cookies. Let's see what's in your cookie. You actually have cookies in your cookie jar.
I know.
It's amazing.
Wait, let me try putting cookies on this.
So she's got a desk. Oh, and some shelves and fancy workbenches and typesetting table. She's got the full grandfather clock in here. Printing press. Oh, she used the tool bench there, the tool rack. Cool.
Hey, where's my armor? Where's my armor going?
I know, you've got no armor. You have a stand, but no armor.
Oh, wait a second.
She's a smart Minecrafter. She's got her sword right by her bed. So,
Case of
ready to go.
intruders.
Now
Hey,
I find
there's
this
a creeper
interesting. Oh, creeper head!
Creeper in my bedroom.
Ah! I find this interesting. You have a bunch of discs and no jukebox.
Look what's in my display case.
Okay, let's check out the display case.
Cookies.
Cookies, please.
This means time for dinner. Hey, put that back. That's my special cookie. Give me. Put it back. Put it back.
Like cookies.
Mine.
All right.
Hey, did you just give it to me?
Yes, I did.
There.
Okay.
Nice.
So.
And this means time
The
for
annoying bell.
Time
Okay.
For something. Time for something that's
So finally, and I really like this. I like your little corner with your chair.
on the table. Cool. Yeah.
I like your little look. I'm typing at the pink typewriter at the pink desk, and you're standing on me.
Get off my chair.
Okay, I like it very much. So,
Can
like I
start
said,
getting a book to
Bibliocraft
write a book?
is very cool and could go with so many mods.
I want to show them the villager.
Huh?
The villager.
Yes, I already showed them the villager.
I want to do it again.
Nah, well, they can do it on their own.
What the heck?
Goodbye.
No.
So that is Bibliocraft. It could go with so many different mods. I mean, it could work well with almost anything, or just Bibliocraft and vanilla if you just want to have more to decorate with and more to work with. So this has been Xander Witch, and I hope you appreciated this mod review. I really enjoyed doing it for you, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.